Hey sports fans, we're back, and today we're here to take a look at the diet and exercise of one of the top players in the NFL regardless of position, and that player is Pittsburgh Steelers outside linebacker TJ Watt, younger brother of one of the NFL's elite defenders over the last decade, JJ Watt. By taking a look at TJ's diet and exercise, we'll get to see how the fifth-year linebacker elevates his play to the level that has terrified offenses around the league for the last 4 years. But before we get into all things TJ, do me a favor and click that subscribe button if you haven't already so you can stay up to date on this channel. All done? Alright, on to our video. After establishing himself as one of the premier pass rushers in the National Football League, two-time All-Pro linebacker TJ Watt has quickly risen to also be praised as one of the best players. At outside linebacker, TJ Watt has demonstrated top-flight explosiveness and the kind of strength that helps him cause All-Pro level disruption to even the best offensive linemen. His 49.5 sacks in his 4 seasons since entering the league vaulted him into the same tier as the Von Millers and the Khalil Macks of the NFL, and the Steelers took notice by rewarding Watt with a $112 million extension. We're going to go ahead and say Pittsburgh got their money's worth by locking down TJ, who is the focal point of the Steel City's ferocious defense and helped lead the team to the playoffs in 2020. In just his 5th season, the defensive standout is in his prime and a regular among the Defensive Player of the Year candidates. And just how does TJ get his game to this level, you ask? Let's find out. One of the luxuries of having brothers in the NFL is that you help lay the groundwork for what it means to be a professional athlete and the sacrifices it takes to get there. For TJ, who has brothers JJ and Derek who entered the league before him, the benefits have been instrumental to his success, and the 26-year-old linebacker admits he couldn't have gotten to where he is today without him. Not to mention, TJ spends each offseason training with his 2-time sack leader, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year JJ, and his older brother Derek, who is currently his teammate on the Steelers. TJ says that if it wasn't for these two pushing him, along with the guidance of his trainer, he'd be nowhere close to the level of athlete that he is in year 5. The Watt brothers' trainer has them on a 5-day workout schedule that reportedly accounts for every minute of their workout. From warm-up to cool-down, the Watts regimen is accounted for. TJ's trainer, Brad Arnett, has been training the Watts for several years and says TJ understands the importance of the little things and that he and his brothers are very consistent in the training and always do things the right way, the same way, all the time. TJ's workouts start with soft tissue exercises. So that could mean loosening up his muscles with a lacrosse ball and a series of jumping exercises. The warm-up is a key part of keeping TJ healthy during his exercise and also helps with his recovery, so this is a part his trainer emphasizes to get done right. After warming up for about 30 minutes, Arnett rolls TJ into one of many exercises depending on the day. The day TJ has set up is almost military-like with his trainer, firing off buzz phrases such as ground-based activity and T-spine rotations and snatch variation and other Olympic lifts. After a quick break, TJ jumps into some plyometric and deceleration work. A deceleration exercise could look like a lateral single leg hop with balance holds or balancing with a medicine ball, which are just a few examples. The exercises that Watt utilizes focuses on his explosion, which is always TJ's goal as he feels it's the key to his success. When it comes to how much the outside linebacker could lift, like his older brother JJ, he could lift a lot. TJ doesn't put an emphasis on max and is elusive with how much his maxes are, but he modestly claims that his maxes are up there. Coming into his 5th year, TJ is reportedly feeling his strongest. It would make sense because he noticeably put on a little size this offseason and could be playing above the weight he normally plays at. The 2021 offseason workout plan for TJ was something his trainer Brad Arnett came up with in order to keep the 26-year-old outside linebacker operating at an all-pro level. The workout schedule had TJ spend Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays in the workout facility, and then on Wednesday he would do something active for himself like fishing or bike riding. His activity could be anything so long as it didn't jeopardize his chances of suiting up on Sundays. TJ, who has only missed 3 games so far in his young career, knows that availability is an ability too. After a grueling couple of hours on the weights, TJ gets a little rest with some stretching while also keeping his body limber so he and his trainer could go into the next phase of TJ's workout day, the field. When it comes to his field work, TJ has some of the quickest feet in the game of football, and it definitely shows. Watt whizzes through ladder drills and puts his acceleration and agility to work as he bends around in circles doing the tennis ball drill, which works on his dexterity and stimulates him bending the edge of a linebacker on the way to the quarterback. With little rest in between drills, this is where TJ can push himself to fail with less risk of injury. The extra reps here are why TJ Watt is one of the most conditioned athletes in the league and doesn't have to come off the field for rest and can be deployed in every scheme. Another area that TJ's training focuses on are his starts. He and his trainer go through the different hand-fighting gestures he could utilize at the line of scrimmage, as well as how he explodes off the line. Since TJ has switched to the left side of the Steelers' defense, he works on his right foot starts with Arnett and focuses on adding to the ways he can engage an offensive lineman. A fan of repetition, TJ does these things over and over again until he could do them backwards and forward again and again against each different type of lineman or would-be blocker. It's the extra work that TJ puts in that he was taught to put in by his 5-time All-Pro big brother JJ that reminds him to stay on the field. TJ stays on the field a little extra because he also claims that he's trying to create a name of his own. Part of Watt's identity this offseason has been becoming a bigger Watt and a bigger problem for offenses, and along with getting bigger through exercise, Watt places a focus on nutrition. Nutrition used to be a funny thing for Watt, who didn't start taking his diet seriously until his junior year of college. But he claims that when he started cutting things out of his diet that he knew he shouldn't be eating, he started to see the results of sacrificing junk food. From there, it was becoming a thing. At 6'4", 252 pounds, some would consider Watt undersized for an outside linebacker. To put into perspective, he's about 20 pounds lighter than Chicago Bears linebacker Khalil Mack. To keep his playing weight up, TJ consumes anywhere between 7,000 to 8,000 calories. To the average person, that could be as much as a few days worth of calories, but to TJ, that's just the fuel for his grueling workouts each day and what he needs to keep the weight on, not to mention survive the rigors of a lengthy 17-game season, which for the Pittsburgh Steelers usually includes a postseason. To get those calories, Watt eats egg whites with yolks, granola, turkey sausage, and turkey bacon with fruit for breakfast. His lunches and dinners are stacked with chicken breasts, steaks, turkey, and heapings of potatoes and vegetables. TJ claims that he's pretty much eating from the time he wakes up until he goes to sleep and eats 6 or 7 times a day. Some of his snacks include stuff like beef jerky, pretzels, and avocado sandwiches. He tries to switch things up as much as possible, but he makes sure to keep consuming so that he can keep his weight and energy up. It looks like TJ's energy is just fine as he hasn't slowed down one bit this season in the games he's played in. If the 2021 season is a reflection of his crazy workout and diet routine, then we expect another Defensive Player of the Year run. Alright, sports fans, that does it for our time on Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker TJ Watt and his insane workout and diet. TJ works out like a madman, and with his 8,000 calorie diet, he obviously eats like one too. Let us know what you think about this video by dropping a comment, and as always, if you're not already subscribed to this channel, do me a favor and click that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on this channel and more videos like this. Until next time, sports fans.